Welcome to Scorched Earth and a general mid-month reading for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon and Descendant. I hope you are well. It's going to be shorter than the main monthly readings because we're just covering that 2-week period from the 15th to the 28th of February. And they're a little different to the main monthly read. So in this one, what we do is we look at the energy that you're in at the moment, and we then look at what it's trying to teach you, or perhaps what it's trying to get you to pave the way for coming in future, right? If that doesn't make sense now, I'm sure it will by the end of the reading, so stick with me. Should mention also, if you're interested in the 2021 overview, that is still available. It's down there in the description box. It's a link to Vimeo. They run to over an hour and a half long, so I think they're well worth the money. Do I have anything else to say? I think I do. No, let's just get on with this. Let's have a look and see where you are right now, please. Where is Gemini right now? Ooh. We have the Tower and the Ace of Wands. Goodness, Gemini, that's amazing energy. And we have Judgment. Oh. And we have Death. Good God, Gemini. What is going on with you? Right, we've got the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. That's immense. But behind it, we have the Six of Swords. It seems like you are moving away from an established way of doing things. And by established way of doing things, like that might well be speaking to, you know, what is an established way for society doing things, but it might more specifically be an established way that you do things. And I say this because there's a lot of major arcana here. This is a really big energy that you're in at the moment. It's a profound shift and a great change. And I'm here for this all day long. It feels intense as fuck. I should just mention, like I did before I start every reading, I do a meditation on the energy, right? Really like zone in on it, connect with it. And I've done a few of them today. But yours, I started the meditation and then I realized about a minute later that my eyes were wide open, and it's the darndest thing. Like, my eyes were wide open, and I was like, I was really, really surprised because I hadn't noticed that when my eyes were open, I wasn't really looking at anything that was around me. I was in that meditative state, but just not the way I usually do it. Interesting. So, wow. We have the Tower and we have the Ace of Wands. Now, the Tower energy, very sudden, right? A lot of the time it can be about things, you know, happening in your external environment that you don't see coming, right? It is sudden and shocking energy, and it indicates a big shift. Usually it is clearing out something from your life, right? An old way of doing things, an established way of doing things. So it can, to all intents and purposes, be described as an ending of swords. But it flew out, in fact, with the Ace of Wands. This isn't an ending. This is a kicking in of an old tower to tap this well of potential that is sitting right here. Gemini, this has been coming out for you again and again recently. Like, even in the personal readings that I've done for Geminis, right? This and this has been coming out a lot. So it could be that there's something happened in your immediate environment that's just been like, well, this is the thing, right? Often with Tower energy, people assume that it's all bad and doom and gloom, and quite often when it hits, it does feel like that. But it doesn't have to be. It really doesn't have to be at all. Sometimes it can be incredibly enlightening there and then, right? It can be incredibly liberating there and then. Suddenly you have access to something that you did not have before. Whatever it is, it's happened like that. But it's come hand in hand with new creative potential. And this is huge. This is absolutely massive. We have the Judgment card here, and he's kind of looking at this. He's kind of doing a bit of a silent scream, actually. I really, really like that. And there are lots of different ways of interpreting the Judgment card, but it feels like hearing the call, like you're hearing the call and you are responding. And that has been coming up again and again for you, Gemini, hearing the call, right? Because a lot of you are starting your own businesses and they are based on spiritual modalities, whether it's tarot or Reiki or, you know, like whatever it is, any kind of energy work. It's like, it's been like a dog whistle, right? And you've just been like, what was that? Okay, right, I need to do things now. It feels like it's really coming into your consciousness fully, taking root, bedding down, and you are now able to act on this. And my God, Gemini, it's changed you. It's changing you. You're not actually quite there yet. You're in this period of transition. But this is immense transformation right here. I love this card. And it is liberating. You know, we see you rising from the ashes of what you were before. And that's exactly what the Tower is. It's a reduction of something to ash and boulder and rubble. But then we have two cards of you we're not capitalizing on it exactly, but using this opportunity, seeing the opportunity for what it is and being able to rise above. It's extraordinary. There's a death of something, and I mean that in the broadest sense. There's a death of something about you, Gemini. But it's liberating. It's truly liberating you. Ooh, just dropped a card there, and it's the Ten of Wands. There's a way in which you were anchored down and burdened that you had not really fully perceived, and something seems to be hitting right now. And you're working out what it is. You're working out how to release yourself. Absolutely extraordinary. Tell me about the lesson. Tell me what this is prepping Gemini for. Good Lord. All right, well, we've got another ace. We've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Cups, which is interesting. We have the Nine of Pentacles. That's interesting too. And we have two together. Gosh. I'm doing a really, really terrible job of really conveying to you just how big this reading feels to me. And it's a fucking short one. We're literally covering this 2-week period. We've got the Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck, followed by the Empress, right? You are being funneled towards a crossroads, right? Whether you realize it or not, we have these two here, right? You're being guided, you're being pushed towards something. But this is also a step beyond here, right? So this is acknowledging it and feeling it, happening it, and knowing that it's there to do something with. And this is then coming to a crossroads for major decisions. Yes, absolutely. Are they major decisions that may in some way impact the extent to which death has an impact on what it is you're doing? Yes, that's possibly true too, but there's almost a sweeping up inevitability about what I'm feeling here. It's like you could try and fight it if you wanted to, but A, you don't really want to, and B, I'm not sure that it wouldn't happen anyway, you know? So we've got the Three of Cups and we've got the Ace of Pentacles here, and that's a new opportunity, right? Here in the material. We've got two aces in the wake of the Tower and Death, right? There's been a clearing out. There is a transformation that is underway at the moment, and it is bringing a shiny new opportunity to you. Or perhaps you are pulling, you know, that opportunity towards you in the act of doing whatever it is. We've got the Three of Cups there, and that it does talk about emotional support networks to me, right? So it could be that there has been a pulling in of your tribe that has awoken something in you, right? We've got this laurel wreath at the top of this card here, right? There is victory to be found in the connections that you have at the moment, right? It's bringing this, it's pulling it towards you. And we leap straight from there to the Nine of Pentacles, right? In terms of a lesson, this isn't really a lesson. It's almost like the lesson has been and gone, and you've heard it, you've seen it, you understand it, you're working with it now. So now it's about paving the way for what comes next. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, independence, self-sufficiency. Really good energetic resource management, right? And whether that is money or something else, because money really is just energetic currency, right? But so is time, and so is care, and so is effort, and so is anything that you invest into anything. It's all pentacles, right? Here's you leaping from the ace to the 9 in one fell swoop. Which I like a lot. Because it might have been something that you've been concerned about, right? Maybe that's the thing that's really stopped you from taking the leap so far. Or maybe some of you told yourselves that's why you were not taking the leap. And actually, it was a bit of mental gymnastics. It's a way of hiding something from yourself, you know? Hiding behind it and going, well, I can't do it because it's not financially secure. You know, it feels like, what does it feel like? It feels a lot like you've been trying to play a board game of some description, but you just realized that you were using the wrong rule set. Like maybe you were even using a set of rules from a different game altogether. And now you've had that epiphany. You've just seen it for what it is. And you've looked at it and you've gone, do you know what? I've been trying to play Scrabble all this time and we're actually playing Monopoly. What was I thinking? And and suddenly you just launched yourself full force into the game. It's like whatever restrictions you had placed upon yourself. And maybe they've been placed there by other people, but then you perpetuated them. Whatever restrictions there were, you seem to have blown them completely out of the water. And now you're here. Right? You're showing up in the fullest possible extent, right? That you are capable of doing. We've got the Seven of Swords there, and we've got the Two of Swords reversed. Like the Seven of Swords can indicate self-deception, or it can indicate risk. And I think actually both things are not only likely but probable for you, right? Because we've got this Two of Swords in reverse. And that's exactly what I was just talking about there. It was kind of hiding behind something. But you were hiding behind it because what you've realised, right, and this is where you've realised that you were hiding, is that you never wanted to be playing this board game at all anyway. In fact, you wanted to be doing something else, something bigger, something much more exciting, something much more productive. But you were telling yourself you had to play by the rules of the game, somebody else's game. And so you've been doing it dutifully. I don't know where I'm going with this metaphor, but it's a shift. It's a huge, huge shift. It's a risk because you're kind of pushing yourself out of your comfort zone now, right? Your comfort zone was sitting behind whatever reason it was that you weren't doing the thing that you were doing, right? And that's gone now. So arguably it's not really a comfort zone anymore, but where you were kind of blind to the decisions that you needed to make, now you see them for what they are. Where you were kind of blind to the way in which you had been maybe avoiding the issue slightly, something like that, you see it all now for what it is. And so this can talk about the self-deception that was associated with this, but also the perceived risk, the reason why you invented this. It's a hard word, but you know, like why you created this thing to hide behind in the first place. Blowing it all out of the water really is putting you at a different level, a completely different level. I love it. I really, really love it because it's so empowered. You know, it's next level stuff, this, Gemini. Let me get you some cards of advice. I'll have some advice, please. Thank you. Ooh. Some advice. Thank you. Some advice. We've got the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck, followed by Strength, right? And actually, let's pull this other Leo card here, the Five of Wands out too, right? Where you were conflicted, where things were difficult, you've kind of grown beyond it now, right? Now you see things for the way that they are. There's been a massive soul expansion. It has just happened like this, and suddenly you're like, wow, wow. And now you're all about the doing. You're all about the living this to the fullest extent that you possibly can, right? Actively going after what it is. Doing it. There's no more excuses, just doing it. I've just noticed that the Tower's at the bottom of the deck here too. Followed by Judgment. Let's give these cards a shuffle. And there's Death. I mean, I ask you. I want to clarify this, Devil. There's the High Priestess. You know, all of the majors are coming out for you here, Gemini. This is profound. What about the Devil? Why is the Devil here? 3. Oh, three. There's Devil card here. 3, 3, 6. Wow, we're really going for these numbers. Right. Sorry, I'm chattering away to myself about numbers. Numerology forms a really, really big part of tarot, right? And you can use it or you can not use it. It's up to you. I'm really interested in numbers because numbers are the language of the universe. I actually wish that I spoke numbers better than I do, right? Hopeless amounts. But Tesla said if you really wanted to understand the nature of the universe, you should first learn the significance of the numbers 3, 6, 9. Right? I love those numbers. Absolutely love them. My birthday is the 9th. My son was born on the 6th as well. So like 6, 9. That's cool. You've got a 9 of Pentacles here. You've also got the Devil, which reduces down to 6. And then you have, dare I say, I'm not even sure I want to go here, but I'm going to go here anyway, right? And you have the 3 of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles, which is a 6. And you have the 6 of Wands. We've got 3s, we've got 6s, we've got 9s everywhere. I mean, we also have like 666 if you want to look at it that way, which is hilarious. But that is not a number to be terrified, right? Of it really isn't, because when we're talking about the Devil, and we are, because the Devil is literally here, we're talking about this world, right? This 3D space. Everything that is material is covered by the Devil. Right? And that includes things like art and beautiful things, right? When we're all really used to seeing the Devil as a difficult, toxic energy, and actually he has this incredible side to him too, because what tarot does, right? Both sides, positive and negative. And we saw the High Priestess for you, right? So I see that combination coming up for artists all the time. High Priestess and the Devil. It is about channeling that creativity through, and then with your hands, with your body, with your flesh, you know, which is what the Devil is all about here, creating something. It's an incredibly creative card. And this seems to be important for you, right? Now, the only way I can describe what I'm feeling here is that it is all very well having these incredible insights into the universe, but if you don't act on them, if you don't do something here with this flesh, with these material things around you, in whatever way it applies to you, then it's for nothing. Right? The doing, the acting, the interacting almost is super, super important at this moment, because we have this 3 of Cups here again, right? We have the collective, we have people around you. We have you building something with the collective around you. It is something, you know, in the material, I don't mean you need to build a house or create a sculpture or something like that, but it's something tangible. It is perceptible, right? It is perhaps giving it a root in the 3D in some way or another. And then we've got the Six of Wands. Victory, again, right? This notion of victory is coming out for you over and over again, but it has to have some sort of basis in the 3D too. It can't just exist in your head. We've got the Page of Cups and the Two of Cups here as well, which is, I mean, just what? We've got the Page of Cups, the Chariot, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Hermit. Determination, drive, success. I don't know what's happened to all the signs, right? But like, you are the third sign that I've seen, fourth sign, that I've seen this incredible resolve suddenly appearing in, you know, real determination. We see it here with the Eight of Pentacles and the Chariot. We've got the Hermit card here too. Why is he here? Because you are pulling out all of this stuff from within you, but it needs to be rooted in the 3D. It has to have some sort of reflection in the 3D. You know what it is, certainly better than I do at the moment here, with this Chariot card. Drive, determination, but we've got the Page of Cups. Which for me is Piscean energy. Like, it doesn't have that strict astrological correspondence, but I just see Pisces from that. It could well be we're talking about Pisces season. It's literally due to start, you know, 20th of February. That is the beginning of Pisces season. Maybe it's time to make a start on this. Cool. We've got the Two of Cups. And the Two of Pentacles. Thank you. And the Wheel of Fortune. Gosh, and the Magician. Gemini, I am approaching speechless at what I am seeing here. It is possible that what it is that you want to do is actually too big for you alone, and you should look for a kindred spirit who is able to assist you with this. We've got the Two of Cups under here. Now, do not think that this necessarily means romantic partnership. It can, absolutely. But in view of what we're talking about here, this is soul tribe stuff. This is finding another person. It can be a business partner, right? For sure. But it's somebody who shares your goal, your vision, your dreams, your aspirations, right? It is an alignment with someone else. With the Magician, perhaps you're in the process of actually bringing this person in, you know. But you were appearing in here as the High Priestess, right? We saw that. Now, her counterpart is the Magician. So you're looking for your Magician, possibly. But either way, even if that's not the case, even if this is just you manifesting another person to go into business with, potentially, I think it's because the level of work that is involved is too much for just you, right? Because we've got this Two of Pentacles down here, and it's kind of making do. It's kind of juggling it, but it would be so much easier if you had another person, right? Because then they just have to throw one ball up in the air and catch it, right? Or maybe continue the juggling, but doubling then, because both people can juggle. We've got the Wheel of Fortune here. Like, I just can't, Gemini. I just can't. I don't know what it is that's coming towards you, but this is massive. This whole reading is huge. I commend this to the house, right? This is, I'm done. I've got nothing else to say here. I've got loads more things to say, but I'm going to keep them to myself for now, right? If this reading has resonated with you and you understand what is going on here, by all means, please do let me know in the comments, because I really, really love to read all about that. But this is profound. This is a reading where you are different at the end of this process. And we're reading for a 2-week period here to where you are at the beginning of it. Massive, massive, massive. Right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that this helps. I hope that this has provided validation for you, if that's what you were looking for, if that's why you were here. I'm quite astounded, actually. It's wonderful. Right, know that I love you all very, very much, and I will see you soon.